they mobilized over 500 vehicles to come and invade Ilorin.
So Nigerians, a lot of things have been happening in this country within this period. And one of the things that just happened in Kwara State is a woman who lost her husband and the brother-in-law. But the most recent one is a policeman who was abducted and the others ran away in Kwara State. I think he was closing from work and he was adopted. Even though the Nigerian police has not come out to make, allegedly has not come out to make claims or put out a statement concerning this. You see, Nigerians, what is happening in this our country is beyond what the eyes have seen. But the truth is, we had already had revelation about all these things. Politicians who probably want to take a new leaf or who already knew about it but were quiet before now are beginning to speak up, but nobody wants to pay attention to it. I'll be putting a video to take us back to memory lane. Why Kwara is under siege now. Don't forget, the woman VDM put her video, put up her video, even though the video started going viral. She said something in Yoruba that the DSS are aware of what is going on. So without wasting much of our time, we will be going into this video with details and analysis. Then secondly, I'll be playing a video for you people. So I'll be playing a video for us to understand some of the things that has been taking place in this country. Even though we saw the signs, we Nigerians, we refuse to take action. We refuse to do things the right way. And there is no way anybody can ever tell me that bandits, kidnappers are more stronger than the armed forces and police. I refuse to accept that. Because when you are doing something illegal, imagine say they go thief. You are always hiding. But the person, police, armed forces, who carry weapon, are free to work with it openly because they have been authorized to do so. But now bandits, they don't even fear to show out. But the essence of this video is for Kwara and what is happening in Kwara. So now, if they don't already come kidnap police, an ordinary person is not going to find it easy in this our country called Nigeria. And we celebrated independence few days ago. But the question is, are we really independent? Are we really independent in this country called Nigeria? Now, T.Y. Anjuma said something. If we continue to believe in certain people could buy one by one. I have said many times that our politicians, our generals will continue in the armed forces, will continue to become puppets to these politicians. And that was how General Buhari was recruited from initial stage before he won the politics, was recruited against Obasanjo during his time. But unfortunately, Buhari did not win the politics then. And he later won because certain people brought him into politics with a hidden agenda. Take a look at the video to see why our generals
Some of us who
that
recruited
in the
him
military, we keep remaining
into politics
puppets to this
had a
politician.
mission.
Let's look at
And
the
I will
video.
reveal that mission today. General Buhari came into politics. It wasn't his province. He never liked politicians because he believed we are fake and that we don't mean what we say. But there was an incident that made some of us to recruit him, convince him, and use the other people to convince him to join politics. And even though we had our own agenda, because in 1999 and 2000, the OPC was on rampage in some parts of the country, especially Southwest, and have inconvenienced a lot of people from this part of the country. And to the extent that they mobilized over 500 vehicles to come and invade Ilorin with the sole aim of uprooting what they called Fulani structures in Ilorin. And we felt that was too much. And Obasanjo was doing nothing. President Obasanjo was doing nothing. President Bola Tinubu, then governor of Lagos, was doing nothing. And some of us felt that those group of people were being encouraged by their leaders in position of authority. So how do we stop that? And I called a meeting in Kaduna at Alhaji Bashir Alhatu's house in a place called Unguan Kaji, directly opposite the house of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. And some of those we invited included Alhaji Wadanas, Professor Yadudu, Bashir Alhatu himself, Alhaji Yahya Sulahamma, and a host of others, about 34 of us. And we sat down to reason, how do we save our people from this OPC menace? So we said, I suggested that we have to, because you remove government through only two ways: the ballot of through the barrel of the gun and through the ballot box. And they said it was impossible to challenge General Obasanjo. That was how Buhari came to our mind. And when he was approached, he had a very unkind words for politicians. But since he didn't say he was not doing, we still pursued him. To cut long story short, we achieved our first purpose of putting a brake to what OPC was doing, because immediately Buhari joined partisan politics, and we had a very big outing in Daura to initiate him into politics. The Obasanjo government became restive and was shaken to its bone marrow, and because those were some of his our thinking. So Obasanjo had to really checkmate the OPC. So for that reason, we have achieved our first purpose of bringing General Buhari into partisan politics. So the remaining now is history. They wanted to dismantle, as what is happening across the country now. They wanted to dismantle his platform of ANPP, APC, ANPP. And we made a counter platform by establishing the Buhari Organization, TBO, which we used as a platform for promoting his political ideals. Of course, all these are now history. Some smart people who are politically ambitious came in and threw us out. That is how we parted ways with him. Those of us who followed him blindly for 15 years, Sule Hamma as our leader, and myself as his deputy and the operational head of the Buhari organization, we agreed that we should not look for political appointment, or we should not look for elective office. Our idea is just to push General Buhari to become president, so that if we become the engine room of his government, we would now influence certain things in the country. And we had those things listed in our minds. And the greatest mistake was that, and it's what people also see as Buhari's inability to do well in government, because he has cut the umbilical cord, those who brought him and have ideas about what he has to do, and he recruited new people. And these new people never had an idea at all as to why even Buhari joined politics. But all these are now history. We pray that God grants him Al-Jannat al-Firdaus, and we pray that God receives him and forgive him. For some of us, we have forgiven him already. Definitely, Buhari wouldn't have done anything outside what God has destined will happen.
Okay. Alhaji, thank you so much. We're looking forward to your new book. You will leave to be able to write that story and tell it. And we'll be there to celebrate with you when you launch the book. And it will be another, repository of Nigerian history. I will learn from you. Like I said, you're not going anywhere soon. I wish you the very best of health. Trust you're doing better now. We heard you've been under the weather for a bit, but we're happy to see you doing well. Thank you so much, Alhaji. Thank you for your time.